We are looking at right at 20 inches. So we did 1 full inch of a lift. So 1 inch is, you know, it's not bad. Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today we're gonna actually get this front end up a little bit, not too high, just to kind of level out to the rear. This car has still the original shocks all around, so 206,000 miles now on these original shocks. We're going to be replacing those, and obviously the original rear springs, so those will be replaced too shortly. Because this whole virus going on around the world, it's hard to get parts right now, and some of the manufacturers and companies are closed down for at least a week or two more. Till then, I'm still getting to enjoy this. Still going out to some trails where there's really nobody out there, and if there is, you almost just drive by them. So what we're gonna do is I put a piece of tape here just to mark my measurements, and right now let's go ahead and measure it. Other videos that I've seen, they measure it from the center of the hubcap or the hub to the bottom of the fender. I'm gonna do both center hub and overall total height. So overall total height from the floor to the fender is right underneath 34.5. The back sits about 36 inches overall from floor to the bottom of the fender. One bad thing is if I level it completely, is that when I do put stuff in the back, it's gonna sag, and then you're gonna be able to tell right this way. So what I'm gonna do is kind of get it like pretty much almost level. I typically don't carry too much weight in the back currently. The only time I do is if I go camping. But once, I think by the next trip, I should have all my suspension. So at this point, as long as we're pretty much level, get this up to maybe, 35.5, right below the rear, or even about another inch and a half. I'll be happy with that. So let's crank these torsions up and get this car up about an inch and a half. Oops, don't forget, I'll give you the measurements from the center of the hub. So about pretty close. So 19 inches, and the other side would be about the same, just a little bit over more. So and we want to get it at 21. So right now, 19 inches. So 19 inches. I am running a 285/75/16 Falcon all-terrain, so I don't have no issues rubbing. I just want to give it that level look. Always want to have safety jacks just in case your jack fails or the car moves if it's not on a flat surface. The e-brake's on. Have a woodchuck in the back as well. I'm not a mechanic, I just watch other people's YouTube, so I'm just going based off of where they're going. And this, I'm going to check the droop and give you guys the measurements to that. I don't know exactly how that works, but I know I'm not going to crank it up too high, and just want to avoid any issues going too high. So 23 3/4 is the current droop. 23 3/4. Just so that I know, I'm gonna use my 30 number as a marker of my turns, or we can even use as you guys can tell, I've PB blasted this prior to that, so always use PB blaster, they're great. So there's my 30. That's one turn. That's 2 turns. We'll do 3 just in case. And that's 3. I did 3 turns on both sides, and what we're going to do is remove the jack. First, lower it and see where it's at. Just so you know that it's probably going to sit a little bit higher, just because we haven't rolled back and forth. Again, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm just assuming once you sit it down and once you drive it, it's going to settle, because right now the tires are like this, and they're going to eventually just adjust, at least from my perspective. So it's gonna look like it's sitting higher. So what I'm gonna do is drop it, reverse brake, forward brake, see if we can get an actual measurement to where we were at before. So let's get it down. But I'll give you an idea of what it is as of now. So we were at 19 inches from the hub. So now we're at 20 and a quarter. So we're at 20 and a quarter. So we already saw an increase of an inch and a quarter just by turning it 3 times. I might turn it a 4th time to get that 21 inch overall. From the floor, we're about 35 and a half. I'm gonna move it back and forth to see if that makes a difference. I could totally tell just even by sitting on it, it's sitting inside of the vehicle, that it was raised. I noticed the same thing once I put the 285s, because this truck, when I bought it, it didn't have 275s, it actually had 265s. So I noticed a huge difference once I put these wheels on it. But I can already tell the gap is bigger now. So let's see what the measurements say now. So after moving it back and forth, braking in reverse, braking forward a couple times, it puts us at 19 and a half. So give us half an inch. So I might want to turn it, and that'll give us 35 overall inches in the front. That still gives us where I want to be. At least another half an inch. So maybe one more turn, that'll give us a total of 4 overall turns. All right, I give it another full turn, so that would be a total of 4 complete turns. This puts us at 20 and a half, kind of where I want it to be, because I know it's going to end up settling as we drive. So that'll probably bring us back down to 20, and that'll put us right under 36 currently. So it's at 35 and 3/4, and the back is 36. So that'll put me probably 35 and a half. Let me drive it back and forth and let's see where it settles at. Pretty close of where I want to be. I'm going to lift it to give you guys the droop. Again, that puts us right at 23 and a half inch droop. I will be picking up a set of sway away torsion bars for my Land Cruiser, so that's the right way to do it. So stay tuned. So from the center of the hub cap, we are looking at right at 20 inches. So we did 1 full inch of a lift. So 1 inch is, it's not bad. So the rear is at 20 and a half. So that's not bad. I didn't want it completely leveled. Again, once I put stuff in the back, it's gonna lower. So it's about half an inch lower in the back, front than it is in the back. So 20 inches here and 20 and a half inches in the back. So I'm perfectly satisfied with that, and the car's gonna look good. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Make sure to go follow my Instagram at NINE8LC on Instagram for this build. So I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I gave you guys the droop, I gave you guys the measurements, I drove it around, and this is where it settled at, right at 20 inches. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Hit a subscribe.